Well, hello everyone. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I know I said I was going to do one once a week, but before I knew it, I was already, like, the weeks just went by so ridiculously fast and I've been so busy. It's crazy because the last time I did a video, I was 3 weeks in, so 3 out of the 10 weeks, and now I'm just 2 weeks out. So I'm coming up on my ninth week, come this coming week. So my competition is next Saturday, which is no, not next Saturday. Okay, see, I'm so tired and confused. I don't even know when my competition is. But anyway, it's my last 2 weeks of prep. And lots have changed. So I don't remember where I was at the last time I did this video, but the last 2 weeks have been a lot of carb loading. So my carbs have been up the last 2 weeks about 150 on just one day out of that 4-day cycle that I talked about earlier. So for reference, that's like maybe 2.5 cups of rice. So it's a lot. Brown rice, that is. And yeah, I mean, the meals are still okay. I mean, I don't think I've ever gone to bed hungry. At least not yet. Um, and yeah, I've been eating the same foods pretty much. The only thing that I really miss is the variety. Like, I can't, I'm eating the same exact foods that I've been eating for 8 weeks. So there's no variety. I can't have any fruit. I can't have even healthy variety. So everything is very particular. Like, I can't even have broccoli or cauliflower or anything like that because it's too fibrous and it could cause bloating. Which that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so I'm sticking to the same vegetables, which is pretty much mushrooms, mostly mushrooms, zucchini. I cut out asparagus just because when I cooked it in the office, it kind of, it had that asparagus-y smell. So I'm trying to find foods that I could cook at work that don't smell too bad and isn't too, I mean, a lot of my coworkers don't really complain, but still I'm trying to be mindful. So yeah, mostly zucchini, mushrooms, cucumbers. I am doing pickles, but I'm going to be cutting those out, just because of the added salt. I'm doing low salt now. So, and then the last week of prep, I'm probably going to do salt loading. So the only reason I do that is to retain all of the water. The last week, because the last few days of prep, so like the day right before the competition, I will only get water until like 4 p.m. and then I won't be able to drink water for throughout the entire day of the comp. So that will be fun. And hopefully I'll go into details about how that is. And as you could tell, I'm in bed. I am relaxing. Today is a rest day for me. I will be practicing some posing later. I did get my bikini. I'm sorry I didn't realize how tired I looked. But that's okay, because I don't care, because I'm relaxing and resting. But this is my bikini. This is the front portion. See? It's supposed to go here, like that. So I got royal blue with some teal, just because my coach, who's coaching me through the competition process and everything, says royal blue is really good for darker hair. And I did get extensions, so that should be fun. I'll have long hair for the competition. And these are my bottoms, which I'm pretty sure the top part has more fabric. So, yeah. So that's that. So I'm sure my uncles won't feel uncomfortable at all. And this is the bottom half, by the way. This is this is from behind, and this is the front of it, which I think the front has more fabric than the back, but that's the whole point. So the reason why they're styled that way is because the judges need to see the glute, so they need to see, and that's essentially what they're judging when you go, because you have a front pose and you have a back pose, and your back pose is supposed to accentuate the front, or the back pose is supposed to accentuate the glutes and the hamstrings, and you're supposed to, whether or not they could see that separation or not. So very important to have not as much fabric, I suppose. But anyway, so that's exciting. So I will be practicing posing later today. So posing is always kind of, like, and that's the thing with these competitions is like, it's not just about the physique. A lot of people ask me, what they're basing everything on, and if I'm going to get like really muscular, and like that's not the goal. Like, yes, I am strength training, but that's to get the tone, and that's to get to the definition. Figure is another division, and that is because I'm in bikini, and then there's figure, and figure is the one where the women are going to be a little bit more muscular, and that's where the bigger muscles kind of come in. But for bikini, it's more about just the ideal shape of a female. So I mean, that's why you're in a bikini, and that's why you need a little bit more roundness, a little bit more fat. That's why my fats have been pretty consistent. I've been at 50 grams for 3 days out of my 4-day cycle, which is a good amount of fat. So you still want some softness. You don't want to be too ripped, and you could actually get knocked points for being too muscular. I mean, like, at least that's what I'm told. So, and then obviously, so it's not just about the physique. It's not just about, having that perfect body, but it's also about how you present yourself. So part of this competition is the posing part, which is the huge part of the presentation. So, being able to have balance, being able to flow really well, how your hair's done, your makeup, your suit, everything plays a role. Your shoes, how you're walking, if you're smiling, if you're not smiling, it's all part of the personality. It's all part of the whole package. And that's what they're judging on. So that's going to be really interesting for me, because I've never, I'm sure I'll be like super nervous and I'm not going to flow as well, but that's why I practice a lot now. So that way it kind of starts to become muscle memory. So we'll see how that goes throughout. So going into these 2 weeks, I do feel very fatigued. My muscles are starting to kind of be like, okay, like, when are we going to get a rest? And they haven't really gotten it. But it's almost done. So going into the last 2 weeks, I'm done carb loading. So my carbs have been cut. I am not at a high of 150. I'm now at a high of 100. But my low days are just 25 grams. So I'm only having a half cup of oatmeal, in terms of I'm having a half a cup of oatmeal for the first 3 days of my cycle, and then the last day out of the 4-day cycle, I have 100 grams, which is a mix of oatmeal and rice and potatoes. So that's very interesting. What is also interesting is on my high carb days, I'm eating, in terms of like caloric intake, I'm actually eating less, because my high carb days, I don't have any fats. And fats, have more calories per gram. So I'm actually having more calories on my high fat days and low carb days versus my high carb days and low fat days. So it's very, very interesting. This whole process has just been a huge learning experience for me. So I'm definitely learning a lot. So yeah, they always say that the last 2 weeks are the hardest. So we'll see how that goes. And my carbs are probably going to get cut even more, going into these last 2 weeks. So because that's when the last 2 weeks, especially peak week, which peak week is the last week of your prep. You're pretty much just eating boiled chicken and asparagus the entire time. I mean, you're still eating a lot, but like you're just eating like maybe 4 things. So that should be interesting, and I'll try to keep you updated more. I'm so sorry it's been so long. It's just been crazy, and I'll try to do another video later on in the week, and it should be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait. So, and I already have a list of, I'm creating a list now in terms of, telling Wes, my boyfriend, I'm like, okay, this is what I want, like right after the competition. And then I'm still trying to decide what I want in terms of dinner that night. So I feel like I'm going to have to make a game time decision, depending on how I feel. But right now I'm thinking burger, like a big burger with fries, like maybe sweet potato fries. And then I was also leaning towards Korean barbecue. So I wasn't sure, but either way, I'm sure there's like an In-N-Out right there, so I could always go there too. I'm sure I'll want something fast, but anyway, so I'll try to keep you guys updated more, and yeah, have a great Sunday, have a great Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully you guys are being awesome and enjoying time with your family. Okay, bye.